Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video here on Cobbler's Vlogs. Again, it's happened again. I've got no idea whether or not that countdown worked. I think it did, but according to my screen, it's finished. So welcome back to our second Opposition View Live. Today, we're joined by Daniel Wiseman, as you can see, with his posh, fancy microphone and headphone setup. You just see me in my room and looking all, crap with using my laptop mic and webcam and all that sort of stuff. So, subscribe to our Patreon and I'll invest in some better equipment. There we go. Welcome to Dan Wiseman. He's, of course, a Rochdale fan. We're going to be obviously playing Rochdale tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock, I think, one of those weird 7 o'clock kickoffs that we seem to be getting used to this year. Hello to everybody in the chat. I can see we've got George, we've got Luke, Adam Page is here as well. So welcome along to all of you. If you've got any questions for Danny about Rochdale, don't forget, get them in the chat. I just want to mention that Danny does work for Rochdale, so he's not going to try not to ask questions that are going to make him sort of slate the club because we don't want to get him sacked, especially with the amount of people that have probably lost their jobs as well in these tough times. We don't want to be adding to that list, do we? So first of all, welcome along, Danny. How are you coping just in general, day to day? What are you getting up to?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on, Matt. It's a pleasure as always. I've not been doing too bad. I think with everyone, we're finding it definitely, harder to kind of, keep ourselves motivated. But I'm just finding new ways and new things to keep myself occupied, whether that be playing new games or, trying new different sort of live, a bit like this, but like with my friends where we, jump on and we'll all watch the game together and have a few drinks and stuff. So yeah, just trying to make it as normal as possible, I guess, is the sort of thing I'm looking for. We're just trying to take this situation and try to make it as normal as possible. But yeah, I'm feeling it as well with a lot of people, and I'm sure you're the same as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely starting to feel fed up more than I've been fed up sort of throughout the whole time. So, but I think today's announcement has sort of given us some light at the end of the tunnel. We've been given some potential dates for kind of easing of restrictions. And then March the 8th, I'll be back finishing off year 13, sort of going back to school, even though I'm not going to be sitting the A-level exams, which will be a bit strange. But I'm kind of looking forward to that and getting some sort of normality back. The other thing is football related that's been announced today is that fans could potentially return to stadiums from the 17th of May. It doesn't look like either of us are going to make a late playoff push, so I don't think either of us are going to be involved in that in terms of Cobblers and Rochdale. But, some good news, isn't it, that, fans are going to be back in some capacity.
100%. I mean, if I, took this as like from a Rochdale point of view, or should I say from what I kind of know myself, is that, clubs are spending lots and lots of money to make stadiums safe, to ensure that, fans, when they return, will be safe, staff will also be safe, and everyone can have an enjoyable experience. And, clubs have been wanting fans back for so long now, and it's just incredible news to finally hear potential dates of when we could start seeing fans back in the stadium.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have been in your sort of Greater Manchester, you come under, don't you? So you've kind of been in the higher tiers. You've sort of been targeted by the government, haven't you? I think some people up there feel like. But onto the football, we obviously play against you, Rochdale, tomorrow, because you've got your Rochdale shirt on and a shirt in the background as well on the wall. We're going to talk about how you've been doing so far this season. Obviously, you've had loads of thrillers so far, but we'll get onto those in a minute. Just overall, how have you felt about Rochdale this season? Have you been underperforming? Do you think you should be higher in the table than you are? Obviously, without getting yourself sacked as well.
Yeah, no. So if I'm being completely honest about the situation, I think for myself, anyway, as a Rochdale fan, I'm just kind of the main focus every season is, can we stay up this season? We spent 40 odd years in League Two. Nobody wants to go back down to League Two. We want to stay in League One. So I think for most Rochdale fans, it's always trying to stay up in League One. And for me, as long as we do that, I'm happy with it. I can understand why, certain people are getting quite frustrated now with the run of form, and things are looking quite, I guess, squeaky bum time. Things are getting quite touch and go near the bottom. But if anything, for me, it just adds to the excitement. It's why we watch football. If we were to just sort of like have a decent-ish season and finish mid-table kind of thing, sure, I'd be happy. But there's no real excitement, which is what Rochdale fans have come to sort of see, as you can imagine, with the past couple of games, scoring ridiculous amounts of goals, but not being able to keep them out, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think we kind of feel the same as you guys. We've kind of been that yo-yo club up and down, in and out of League One the last sort of couple of years. Sort of definitely since probably, the 2000s, I guess. In the time that I've been supporting them, we've been up and down, and all I ask for is just sustainability. And you said about there, you know, going for relegation, well, not going for relegation, but competing against relegation is always much more exciting than kind of just sitting in mid-table, because we went down. Obviously, the last time we went down, we finished 16th in League Two, and it was like 1 minute we thought we were the best team in the league, and the next minute we thought we were back in sort of going back towards relegation. So yeah, it's definitely good to not good to have a relegation battle, but it's better than sort of finishing mid-table and staying up on the last day of the season, I guess.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. You don't obviously want to say, "Oh, I'm buzzing that my team's could potentially get relegated," because no fan wants that. But I think it definitely does add to the sort of the reason why we all support football, for those last minute winners, for those 3 points that we crucially needed to stay up in the league. And I think that's what football fans live for. So yeah, I definitely agree. We don't want it to happen, but we do enjoy the excitement that does come around from it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think I remember Rochdale. Was it you guys that managed to scrape relegation a few years ago, right on the last day, in sort of the last minute or something? You did it in dramatic style and had a massive pitch invasion. So always entertainment at Rochdale as a Rochdale fan, by the sounds of it. Not so much at the top end of tables, but more down the lower end. Talking about this season, we sort of touched on it just a minute ago. You've had loads of thrillers. I'm just going to read out some of the thrillers for Cobblers fans that are in the chat that may not be aware of these, but. And Cobblers fans, yes, these games do involve goals. Rochdale know what goals are. We don't at the minute, although we did score 3 against MK at the weekend, which was a positive. But anyway, you've had a 4-3 loss against Oxford, a 3-3 draw against Wigan, a 4-4 draw against Charlton, a 3-3 draw against Crewe, a 5-0 draw against 5-0 win, against Wigan, and a 4-0 against Plymouth. What have those been like, and why are they happening? Are you so good going forward but terrible at the back?
I mean, to answer the first question, what's that like? It's absolutely awful, because I'm watching it on iFollow, and honestly, the amount of times I've felt like I'm having a full-on heart attack from these games, because I'm so excited. Because in the games, you notice a lot of the times, like especially with Charlton, we went 2-1 up, and then it was like 3-1 up, and I was like, we're cruising here, like we're bound to just win this game, and nope, you keep getting pegged back. And I think going forward, we have a clear understanding of what we want to do. I think that's sort of, you can see that we know how to get the ball forward. What we have a problem with is the back line. I don't know what it is. I feel like some of them might not be as confident. And also, we sort of play risky passes at the back, which I feel let us down quite a lot. Putting the keeper under pressure and stuff like that, and seeing stuff like that, you kind of you're screaming at iFollow and you're saying, "Oh, just pass the ball up the field, just hoof it, get it away from the goal." But yeah, I think that could be our sort of flaw, is we're trying to play nice football, and going forward, we seem to be doing pretty well with that, but we haven't quite mastered it defensively at the moment. But yeah, I'm not too sure what the actual full-on problem is, because I look at the squad, and obviously I'm going to say it because I'm a Rochdale fan, but I don't think it's an awful squad. I think it's a squad that could easily challenge for League One football. I don't think it's a team that don't deserve to stay in the league. I just don't think we've quite worked out our best playing style is at the moment. And I think once we learn that, then we could have a bit of a better run in the league.
Fair enough. So obviously you say about the playing style. When we came to you, it was a massive contrast to playing styles last time. We had us with Keith Curl direct, and it was really obvious that you were trying to play out from the back. You were trying to play the right way, as they say. Talk to us about that reverse fixture. What have you? Sorry, how's it been since? I know you've had all these thrillers. Has there been anything else sort of to note since the reverse fixture that's happened?
I guess the only thing that kind of really that's kind of blown me away, I guess, is the fact that one of our players, Matty Lund, I'm just surprised at how much goals he's provided this season. I didn't expect a player like Matty Lund to provide so many goals. Humphreys is still doing what Humphreys does, which, a miracle worker, some might say. Quadro Bar is an unreal talent that we've somehow found and got, and it's looking like his time might be up soon for the club. But I'm sure wherever he goes, he'll be brilliant. But I guess the only thing that kind of, we spoke about them sort of crazy score lines. I think what you could notice now is the score lines are either dipping in terms of we're not conceding as much, but equally we're not scoring as much as we did. So it's like, it's a bit of a different one. We were going all guns blazing. I think now we're trying to stay a bit more reserved to try and keep ourselves going throughout the game whilst trying to create opportunities. I'd say when we played Blackpool just recently, the second half of that, defensively we looked pretty strong, and we sort of carried that on into the next game. And so I think we're trying our hardest now just to kind of focus on stopping goals from going in and going from there.
And obviously there was two teams in the reverse fixture. The Cobblers were obviously playing against you. What did you make of us on that night? And what have you made of us since then?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's... First of all, I think this is going to be a huge game. I don't think there's anything really more to say than that. There's, 2 points between us both. So, it's going to be a very, very difficult game. I think... I don't know. I think as Northampton, I think, more than capable of staying in League One, and the sort of football you guys play warrant you to play. You don't have to, as you said before, like, you were obviously going direct and we were playing from the back, and you were like, oh, that it's seen as the right way to play from playing from the back. But I don't think there's anything wrong in, grinding out these 1-0 wins, these 2-0 wins. As long as you sort of get the points on the table, I don't think any fan really cares how it's done. We all want to watch lovely, entertaining football, but I think as a football fan, your main priority is either, if your team should be pushing for promotion, push for promotion. If you want to stay in the league, stay in the league. And I think they're the sort of key factors that football fans mainly sort of look for. And that's why I think Northampton, continue to sort of, you've not been blown away in games. So I think, I'm more than comfortable of staying in League One, and I don't think we'll have much problems with the coming to the end of the season.
Yeah, it's an interesting point. There's been a lot of, especially since Keith Curle was sacked a couple of weeks ago, there's been a lot of talk about the playing style. I've always been sort of results. I don't care if it's the worst game of football ever, as long as we get those 3 points, then I'm happy. So that's click on it. And then since John Brady's come in as caretaker, there seems to be a more open, expansive sort of, again, playing a bit more similar to the way Rochdale play. But then, there has been some elements of that more direct stuff. We are going to come on to talking about tomorrow night's game in a bit more detail. Again, hopefully this goes well technically, but we are going to talk about tomorrow night's game in more detail. We're going to have a look at who's going to influence it in terms of the danger men, the recent form for the two teams, and we'll get Danny's score prediction, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt the video. I just wanted to tell you about how you can support us on Patreon.
For just £2 a month, you can come and join us behind the goal. You'll get access to our Patreon-only group chat, a thank you shout out in every video, and you'll become a channel moderator for live streams. For £5 a month, you can come and join us behind the dugouts, where you'll receive all the behind the goal benefits, plus exclusive early access to videos and your chance to feature in our videos. And for £10 a month, you can join us in hospitality, where you can get all of the behind the goal and dugout benefits, plus a free item of merchandise.
If you'd like to support us on Patreon, go to patreon.com/cobblersvlogs or hit the link in the description.
By supporting us on Patreon, not only will you get all the exclusive member benefits, but you'll be helping us to improve the quality of our content on the channel. Thanks very much to everybody who supports us on Patreon. Please make sure that you choose a tier that you can afford, and if you're under 18, that you have a parent or guardian give you permission first. Now, back to the video.
Can I just say, what an advert that was? That was brilliant. I think Matt might be behind. Oh, rip. Yeah, no, right. So we'll take over Matt's YouTube channel. Welcome everyone back to my YouTube channel, Cobblers Vlogs. It's brilliant stuff. Ignore the Rochdale badge. Ignore that. Oh, I fully have now just become. Oh, this is. What is going on? I'm absolutely baffled. I know someone needs to record this. Like I don't know. I mean, I'll do the reasonable thing, which is obviously like, subscribe if you're new. But I'm absolutely baffled. Ah, we got it back.
Right, well, that is me. That's me never trying to be technical or clever ever again. It didn't work.
It worked fine on my end.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, I don't know. My internet's crap, so that's probably why. Yeah, hello everyone, I'm back. Thanks. Yeah, sorry for making that probably the most awkward 2 minutes of Danny's life that he's probably ever had.
I was saying, I was like, what do I do?
We've peaked up to 19 viewers as well. That's not good. More people joined as soon as I left. Maybe it's just Danny's good looks that are bringing everybody here now that I've gone. Lovely stuff. All right. Right, so we will get back now to talking about the game. I'm going to stop being so stupid. So yeah, we're going to talk about the recent form. So obviously, we usually cover this in our normal match previews, which you can also go and check out. Also, I did try and play the Patreon message. I think it played. Thank you to our Patreon supporters. They're scrolling along below. Luke, NTFC, Jason Rodhouse, Adam Page, and Mike Fuller. If you do want to support us on Patreon, you can do so for just £2 a month. And as you can see at the bottom, patreon.com/Cobblers Vlogs. I know quite a something that you want to consider. Make sure that you've got the permission of a parent. The recent form in terms of the two sides, 22nd in League One. I'm still here. Good. Rochdale have played 29, won 6, drawn 9, lost 14, have 27 points in 18th. So quite a few positions separating us, but only 2 points. Their last game was a 0-0 draw against Plymouth. Before that, they lost 1-0 to Blackpool. And before that, they lost 4-1, I think, to the MK Dons. So tell us about your recent form, and I'm going to try and sort my internet out.
Thank you. Thank you there, Matt. Yeah, no, so, I mean, you kind of put it perfectly yourself in terms of, you know, the recent run of form. We've seemed to really be struggling. Let me just mute the stream. Yeah, we've been struggling really to win at home. I think the sort of the joke that goes around Rochdale is there's a curse that we just can't seem to win at home. We just can't, for some reason, can't muster up a win at home. And we keep saying, you know, every game we're going to get a win, and it just doesn't happen. So again, I don't know whether it's this sort of idea of the football we're trying to play, whether we're leaving ourselves too vulnerable at the back, or, you know, if we are we're pushing too hard forward, and then, like I said, there's not enough people at the back, or whether we just need to kind of recruit in the back. I'm not 100% sure what the problem is. But the form, you know, it kind of speaks for itself. We are where we are because of the form. We're in a potential relegation battle because of the form that we have, unfortunately. And, you know, the draw against Plymouth, I think it's a very good draw because, you know, Plymouth have gone unbeaten so far this year. So that they're obviously having a good good time of it at the moment. So I think that's a very respectable sort of scoreline to have. But yeah, I just think we need to try and sort of, well, I mean, evidently we need to fix up. We need to try and sort out the results, and hopefully the form will follow. But yeah, if there's anything to say on the past form, it's, you know, it's got us where it's got us, and we need to try and work out a way of sorting that out. Has Matt gone again? Oh, blimey. Got a question for Danny. Who are Rochdale's danger men? Rochdale's danger men. I mean, I think straight up, Stephen Humphreys is a very dangerous player. You know, I think the sort of talent that he brings to our front, you know, incredible. If I remember rightly, when we last played Northampton, I believe Stephen Humphreys did score. I think it was a free kick that he scored, and it was in the dying embers of the game. So you can kind of rely on Humphreys to really, you know, bail you out when you need him the most. I think as well, Quadro Bar, another sensational player who, you know, he's got links of joining multiple different clubs, and, you know, he deserves it. He's been incredible for Rochdale, and yeah, I think he's a brilliant player. Then again, you go on to players like Matty Lund, I think, is another brilliant player. This is the thing, right? So we've got decent players, but something isn't going right. I look at the squad and I think, you know, we've got the people who can score goals, fair enough. We've got people who can do it in midfield, fair enough. Then your defence is kind of where the problems seem to start. Danny, what mic have you got? I have got a Amazon random mic. I forgot what it is, but whilst Matt joins back and sorts himself out, I will do a quick Amazon search for you, and I will let you know what the mic is.
Can you see me? Hear me?
I can see you and I can hear you. Okay, I could. Yep. Oh,
Wonderful. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've no idea what's going on. It's just awful, isn't it? So yeah, I just wanted to talk about the danger men. It is what it is. That is absolutely right. So I just heard you talking about the danger men, which is the next thing I was going to ask you. So you've kind of already covered that. The next thing I was going to ask is what kind of game you expecting? I know we've already said it's going to be a massive game. It's going to be a bit of a battle. What do you think it's going to be from your end?
I think it could be quite not a scrappy game, but, you know, quite a it's going to be a very contested match because the points mean so much to each club. It's one of them ones where it's going to be a very, very interesting game. Like I said, both teams need these points. You know, if we can't get these points, more pressure mounts onto us. If you guys can't get the points, then pressure mounts on yourself because, you know, we're so close to this relegation sort of fight that both teams just need to try and get a win. So I think with both teams needing the win, I think it could make out for a very good game. I think if we continue the football we are playing, you know, could we see some more errors in the defense and stuff like that? I'm not 100% sure. You know, fingers crossed, I'm hoping that we can sort ourselves out and sort of crack on with it. But yeah, that's the kind of game I'm expecting. Something well balanced and just kind of taking it from there.
Yeah, I mean, the relegation fight is just ridiculous, isn't it, at the bottom? Like how tight it is. The fact that we could leapfrog, win, if we won, we would go up like 4 or 5 places is just absolutely ridiculous. So it's kind of anyone's to lose, I think. I think probably, I'll get your thoughts on this in a minute, but I think probably Burton and Wigan, from what I've seen of them, probably might not quite in to keep themselves alive. But I think it's kind of between us, yourselves, Bristol Rovers, who's going to take that last relegation spot. Are you confident Rochdale are going to stay up this season?
I guess you've got to be confident, haven't you? I think as a football fan, you have to you have to keep believing. You have to keep the positive thoughts of, there is still a way out of this. The famous saying, "It's not over till the fat lady sings," and we've got to just pray to God that when she does come singing, that we're above the relegation zone. But yeah, so I'd say I'm fairly confident. But is that just because I'm a Rochdale fan, and obviously I'm going to say I'm confident? I'm not 100% sure, but fingers crossed. I think, like I said, the team in itself is a good team to stay up. I just don't know what's going on, which is causing us issues in trying to stay up.
Wonderful. So in terms of the game then, how do you feel it's going to go? Let's get your score prediction, and everyone else in the chat, get your score predictions in the chat. We'll have a look and see what you guys think as well. That's, you can still hear me because I've probably just, I don't know. Yeah, go on.
I don't know if I can hear. No, Matt is still here. Okay, there we go. Right. How do I think the game's going to go? Yeah, so I think it's going to be fairly similar to the last one. I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game. Although we've had matches that have been high scoring, I think because both teams are going to go at it with each other, I don't think we're going to see a crazy scoreline. I think both teams will cancel each other out. As I say, both teams need the points. So I could see maybe a 1-0 win. I'm going to say Rochdale, but it could honestly go either way, or maybe a draw like last time. I can't see there being too much different from the last time we played.
Cool. We've got a couple in the chat. We've got George, who has gone with 3-2 to the Cobblers. Adam Page has gone 2-0 Cobblers. So Cobblers fans feeling quite confident. Katie Powell here, something while I wasn't here that I don't know about. She's gone 4-2 to Rochdale. And we've got Luke here, who's gone 2-1, and he's going to be pacing up and down the room for at least 10 minutes, heavy breathing. What are you laughing at? There's a massive smile on your face. Something's gone on while I'm not here. What's happening?
No, I think it's because the comment I made about, the fat lady sings comment, and I think that's where the violation might be coming from. So I want to say I'm sorry if that is.
Right.
I'm very, very sorry about that.
Oh, no.
But yeah,
cool.
Please don't get me sad.
Sorry, Kate. Whatever's happened, whoever's offended you, whatever's gone on. And then the last prediction we've got here is we've got Jason Rodhouse, who's one of our patrons. Thank you to Jason. He's gone for a 0-0 ball draw.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I said Wigan won't stay up. There we go. That's all clarified now. You don't need to worry.
I'm panicking here, and I'm thinking, right, I did not mean to offend anyone. Like, please don't.
Oh, everyone's saying it was me. Oh dear. I'm really sorry, Katie. To be fair, you did beat us the other week, so we're probably going to go down with you as well. Anyway, despite the technical, Dan, it's a pleasure having you on as always. Appreciate you coming on and kind of filling in for me while my internet was just absolutely all over the place.
Pleasure,
so I think I'm just going to go for the. No worries. Thank you very much, mate. I'm going to go for the mobile hotspot, I think, next time. That's what I've got now, and it seems to be working. Okay, cool. So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in, to everyone that's tuned in. If you're watching this back as a video and absolutely laughing your head off, and this has come under the comedy category, fair play to you. Please do hit the like button if you haven't already, or just, I wouldn't blame you if you left a dislike. I'm even forgetting what I'm saying. The connection needs to drop out. So yeah, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already. If you still want to be here after that absolute, I'm going to swear, absolute shit show of a stream. So yeah, thanks very much to Danny for coming on. Make sure you leave a like. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. It was live. Apologies for the technical difficulties, but yeah, thanks very much, everyone. And until next time, I will see you all later. Bye bye.
I don't have a YouTube channel. It's Twitch, but yeah, just like that because someone asked. But I don't know if you've already gone.
There you go. Lovely stuff. Thank you very much, everyone. See you later.
See you later. Bye bye.